You're on, Sarah.
I found it. You want the ingredients?
Just read out the recipe and the method, the ingredients and the method, please.
300 grams of beef mince, 1 tablespoon of oil, 1 onion, 1 tablespoon of chives, 1/4 of a capsicum, 1 tablespoon of sweet chili sauce, 4 taco shells, 2 lettuce leaves, half a tomato, 4 tablespoons of sour cream or plain yogurt, 4 tablespoons of flavored cheese, and 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning.
And then what do we do with them, Sarah?
Wash vegetables and herbs.
So we wash vegetables and herbs, did you say? Okay. So we wash the vegetables, they're already washed, yes?
Do we like them brewed before?
What does the recipe say?
Between 4.
So it's between 4 and we divvy out the jobs. Can you get me a long silver tray, please, Connor? So first job is to get our mise en place ready. Don't forget our rubbish bin on the bench, always working neatly, hygienically. So write down the equipment that you need, or the utensils. That's fine. Chef knife, not on the chopping board, cross-contamination. Okay. Chopping board. A saute pan. What is sauteing? Hands up. To saute is to what? Pardon? To move quickly. Yes. To move quickly in the pan. Alright, so we're not leaving it, if we fry it, we're not leaving it. We need to move it quickly, that's sauteing. Okay? If we fry a piece of beef, we just leave it there, we don't toss it around, that's different. Okay? Different methods of cookery. We need to understand them. So, mise en place. Let's start with our onion. How many onions have we chopped in this?
Almost every dish.
Doesn't it drive you nuts? But it's good practice, isn't it? Who knows how to chop the onion?
It makes me want to cry.
Can somebody please tell me? It's a good job that that's there. Why do you think that's there?
So you don't cut yourself.
So you don't go through and chop your fingers off. Alright? And always give it a wipe, because those little bits of metal that you've taken off the blade to maintain its sharpness do hang around on the knife. Alright, so do I go that way or that way?
That way, right?
I want to dice it, run-wise. This way? Let's look how unsecure that is too. So we need to get a nice flat edge on it through the root. And now it's secure to sort of dice around. So that's left the root intact. I'll say it again, I say it every week. Some people still don't remember how to do it. And then peel it. Some onions can be harder to peel than others. What else would I look for with the onion? If I want to use it or not? What signs are there? It may not be fresh or damaged or... Yes?
Odd colour.
An odd colour. You can sometimes get mould in them. Depends how they've been stored. If you've got any bruises, cut them out. And sometimes you get the skin further in the onion, which we don't want to eat, so we've got to take that out. And it could be soft. If it's soft and bruised here, nah, no good. That's beautiful, firm. Up the front and then down. Now, you should always know how to dice these onions. How can you find out how to dice these onions? Roger, well done.
Spread the word, lads.
Spread the word, lads. mrlightfoot.com. All you need in the kitchen. I think it's good anyway. Alright, I'm going to whack that in here. What's next? Toast the capsicum. Dice. Capsicum. All right, so out the seeds. What's the white stuff here? White stuff. Pardon? It's pith. A bit like on an orange. We don't want to eat it, do we? So we take our knife and we just carefully, now you can do this with a paring knife, it might be safer. Okay, and we cut that off. Now, there's a smooth side to this and a rough side. Okay, the rough side is where I want you to chop. If you have a slightly blunt knife on this smooth side, it might slip. And if you slip, you might take your fingers off. And if you're doing that on top of a slip, you probably will take your hand off. Alright, so a nice dice, similar size to the onion. Start with the strips, split it into two, and then dice a similar size to the onion. Now I like slightly bigger sized vegetables with tacos, eh? Tacos. Who calls them tacos? Taco. Taco.
How do you say it, sir? How do you say it, sir?
I say tacos. I don't know why I say tacos, but it doesn't sound familiar to me. Tacos is probably what I would have said when I lived in England. Tacos. What about you?
Tacos.
Yeah, that's why I call it tacos, because it's Australian. Alright, look at that. What do we think to that? Brown and...
That's dirt.
yeah, well, it's something I don't want to eat. What do we also know about the white colour of these leaves?
It's chewy.
It's bitter, and it's firmer and chewy. Or rather, not chewy, you wouldn't want it getting stuck in your teeth. So I'm just going to cut out most of the white part and the dirt. And then we're going to have what we call chiffonade. Okay? And it's a bit of a shredding of the lettuce, okay? If the lettuce was in a... doesn't need to go in with the onion because this is a salad for the end. If the lettuce was whole, we could do the lot together. But because it's a leaf, we're going to roll it up so it becomes a nice firm mass. Now that board needs to be more secure, but... so roll it up, and then chop it. Roll up. There we go, shredded. How beautiful is that? Now it is already washed, so we don't need to worry. What are these? Chives. Beautiful. We do need to chop those. That's a dark leaf, so I'm going to get rid of that. They've been cleaned, okay? And I'm going to chop those for, what's it going to be? What part of the dish is it going to be? Garnish. Cool. So look, some people do put whole sprigs on of chives. I forgot what it was there for a minute. The problem I have with that, can you think what the problem with that might be? Hard to eat. We need to eat it. It looks okay, alright, there's no problem with that. It's a struggle to eat. And to be honest with you, they taste better when they're smaller. It's just the way it is. And it's we need to think about how things eat, particularly a garnish. So nice and small. Take those bruised bits off the end. They're only bruised because I've been holding them down. Alright, so on there for your mise en place, keeping everything nice and clean. Very important you keep your workbench clean, as you know. All of it is that. Clean bench, clean mind. Beautiful. You whispering. How are we cooking? How are we cutting, or how are we preparing the tomato? Just chop. we go, chopped. How do you think we might need to prepare the tomato? Is it a garnish? Is it within the dish? Is it part of the salad with the lettuce or what?
It's part of the salad.
Good. Alright, so let's small dice it into strips. Okay? You can take the individual tomatoes and do that. And we've got a dice. Okay? So chopped means nothing really. Think about texture, think about size, look at the other ingredients. We're not going to put that in, are we?
No.
Because if you eat that in your taco, what else are you going to taste? Nothing. Just tomatoes. So we need to taste everything. So, you've got to think about size, yeah? That was my point. And every time you say tomatoes, you've got to say it like an Italian, right? Tomato. Pardon? No, tomato, not potatoes. Huh? Get rid of that root. Very tough. Not very nice, huh? And again, just dice it up. Beautiful. What's next?
We got oil in a pan.
Heat the who?
Oil in the pan.
Heat the oil in the pan. So you'll notice, guys, all I'm going to cook here is the capsicum, onion and beef. Everything else is a salad or a garnish. Now you used to be able to get these with a flat bottom, or you can get these with a flat bottom, eh? Have you seen those where they stand up? Because it's no good, no?
It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, flat bottoms. Here we go. Can't make a flat bottom. Oh. Alright, so let's begin to cook. Hot pan, beautiful.
Stir in chives capsicum. Oh, that's too far. Saute. We need to saute the onion.
You need to, right, hot pan, okay? I wonder if that would help. Look at that, perfect.
No, but the issue is the capsicums is to add later. We've got a problem, sir.
What's the problem?
We need to saute the onions and add the capsicum later.
But it's not a problem. There's never a problem, there's always solutions. Now, okay. They can be cooked at the same time, alright? Providing you watch them, and then you still need a bit of crunch and bite, alright? So that's not a problem. It might be that the recipe asks for a bigger cut of onion than a capsicum, which means it needs to have been cooked first, alright? But if you make the changes to your recipe as to what I do, because what I've done is correct, alright? It's quicker, it's easier, there's no reason to cook them at different times. That's fine, it's not a problem. Hot pan, can everybody see?
Yes, I can just.
Once your pan's hot, put a little bit of oil in there. You see the oil gets thinner, suggesting that the pan has become hot. And this sound is beautiful. Right, the other confirmation that the pan is hot is that your vegetables move around it without sticking. Now, because we've used oil here, I want to get the beef in reasonably quickly because it will burn. Oh, I'm glad it says that. Alright, and then I'll season in a bit. Alright? But because it's oil, it's going to get hotter than if it was what? Butter, good. So we've got to be quick. Move it around, chop it up, chop that mince up. Nothing is sticking, nothing is burning. That's a good thing. Yes, Connor. Yeah, I mean that pan's not going to get overfilled because that's the danger. Yeah, it's just about how you put it in. I put it in 2 bits because I didn't want the first bit to burn. It was starting to get a little bit too hot, so I did it separately, but other beef will catch up, if you know what I mean. Season with salt. And just keep breaking up that mince because we don't want big lumps. Now, I'm watching this all the time. I'm moving it around. I'm checking nothing's sticking to the bottom. Checking it's not sticking to the sides too much. And it's not getting too hot because we don't want to burn anything. Burning's not good. And as usual with the beef, water's coming out. So the cooking method has changed to what? How are we cooking this now? Now we've got a liquid in there. Pardon? Pardon? Well, now we've got liquid in there. Is the method still a frying method, or you can only fry with oil and fat? So we've got water's come out of the beef, all right? And now that we've got water in there, what's the cooking method? Boiling, yes. Say it with a bit more confidence next time. Believe in yourself, that's it. Bit of pepper. Now normally your tacos, you get a bit of seasoning.
Oh, we need to add some chili sauce as well.
Right. Good. Now Connor's telling me we need to add some chili sauce, which is right. And that's what the recipe says. But the learning here, guys, is recipes only tell you so much. You need to know when it's time to add something. What do we need to achieve from the sautéing process? To have it brown. We need to not only cook the beef, we want to put some colour into it. And this is where the flavour gets developed. If we start to add liquids and all that sort of stuff before that happens, we haven't cooked it as we need to. So, learning. Recipes are good for ingredients and amounts, but you need to start understanding, and sequence of steps, but you need to start understanding cookery methods so you get it right every time. This is where flavour develops when things turn brown. And that's what we need to achieve through the sautéing. Are there any questions so far? You've got 2 on there. Shall we answer them while we do this? 4 Mexican flatbreads. Anybody? Alright, so let's get carrying on with this because it's getting there. It's getting brown, the flavour's developing. We're now frying again. Can you hear the frying? Can you hear the frying?
Yes.
The sizzle. We're not boiling anymore where it was quiet. We're frying again. And when you're cooking at home, please understand the changing cooking process. Because it might tell you to fry the beef for 5 minutes, but it forgets that at some point it turns to boiling. So you've got to get rid of the water, fry again, and you know when it's ready because it's brown. And that's how you learn to cook, through technique. Alright, that's brown enough for me. So we add the chili sauce. How much? 1 tablespoon. Pardon? Yeah. You can put the chives at the end because we don't need. Beautiful. Sarah, can you go get me a suitable plate to present, please? You can put a few chives in now. More salt, a bit more pepper, because we've added more ingredients. Now the fact that I'm still moving this beef around is good, because nothing has stuck to the pan, nothing has burned. Job done. Alright, good.